We're built differently, uncontrollable. Chosen ones aren't afraid to die. Hello everyone, I am Michael and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. True chosen ones aren't afraid to die because you've broken free of this matrix reality. You know that there's so much more, and the daily things that are held over you, it might affect other people, but it doesn't affect you. And actually, the fear of death is how this matrix was carried on for so long. Reflect back even to 2020, the year of clear vision. The fear of death and how the people are controlled. But you don't fear death. You just go home. You operate differently. True chosen ones aren't afraid to die. You're a person that would rather die on their feet than live a life on their knees. Some of you have heard that phrase before. We're here to create. Creators create. You, the person that's getting this message right now, you know that you're here to create. But for far too long, people were tricked. They were tricked out of their godlike abilities. And they were tricked. Oh, the fear of death. Oh, it'll get you to do anything. Once your basic needs are met, everything else just flows. You're actually not afraid to die because of the density of this world. The soul that's operating the body, you know that something is wrong with this game of life, if you will. You have no fear of death. Sometimes you will reach a point where you say, bring it on. And many people that are here building a new earth, changing the world, they might have had a near-death experience, or they might have gone through a period of time where they might have been brought close to death. You don't have the fear of death. And that makes you a creator being. No fear of death. You can't be controllable. It is literally the number one way that they use to control the people. You know this because if you're able to just float on a cloud, a lot of you're not easily manipulated by things. You don't even really care about the money. Past your day-to-day life comfort, if that makes sense. And we all need that day-to-day life comfort. That is called the foundation. And once you're on the foundation, then you start to create. In spiritual warfare, the unseen battle, which is now crystal clear, you could see how your foundation might be shook every once in a while. The longer, for a sustained period of time, when you hold a frequency, when you hold a thought, when you hold an idea like Nikola Tesla, you are able to create. And that's why there's constant shaking, there's constant disruptions, because you need to sustain this for a period of time. There are frequency fences, and you might be getting this message and you're realizing this. And once you approach that fence, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be people, there's going to be distractions. And it takes energy, a catalyst, if you will, to kind of break free that frequency fence. And then you get to another layer and another layer. This is a journey that we're all on. And you might be getting this, and you don't go to the day-to-day life, the 9-to-5 job, the marriage that drains your battery. You're looking at this. You're looking at all the nuances. You're looking at all the people that you meet. You ever meet some people and you're like, is this Is this even real? I've been, going around the neighborhood, and sometimes you see people and they appear, sometimes they disappear, but everything is kind of changing. People will pop into and out of your life according to the frequency. When you break through that frequency fence, all of a sudden, very strange things are going to happen. But all you need to do is keep moving forward. If you're getting this message and you're not afraid of death, it's so powerful. Really, nothing can be held over you. And that's why sometimes we are brought to that place where it's so dense. When you realize the density, and then you can kind of compare and contrast, because that's how God works. God works with compare and contrast. So you could have people, things, and situations, and you could see one side of the coin and the other. We're like wanderers, and we go out and we wander around, and we go to different places, and we have new experiences, and we meet different types of people. And we all move in the image of God as sons and daughters of God. We move in the image of God. And God works with compare and contrast. It's our greatest teacher. Our everyday lives is our greatest teacher. Through the compare and contrast, and that's why you might have this feeling as well. Like sometimes, and I joke around with my mother over the years, she would say, "Oh, how do you do things so fast?" I feel like I need to move faster. And that might resonate with you because you're used to being up there. You're used to being with God. You're not afraid to die. But the people that are afraid to die, those are the ones that are controllable. Those are the ones that might attack you because they could see you without any fear. Don't forget this, family. Fear is a fingerprint of the devil. But when you don't have any fear, oh baby. That is that frequency fence. That is that ball and chain. And in this reality, that ball and chain could come in the form of jobs, relationships. Many years ago, when I started this mission, out on the beach, I left a message. Judgment and expectations are lower vibrations that will tether you. Anytime you see judgment, the expectations, right now we have to let go, because this is a moment in the history of humanity like never before. And I shared with all of you warriors a long time ago, not only do you have faith in God, but God has faith in you. Certain people, and you're starting to see this, and there's a sorting that's going on. Some people, call it the false light, if you will. Oh, they're so fake and phony. And you might be getting this. You see me on the screen. Look, I'm on the screen. And, these people, they say, oh, you're going to do this for real? Oh, you're going to do this for real? No, you're crazy. You're going to have to know them by their fruits. You're going to have to know that there is going to be level after level after layer of distractions, of people that are going to get you. It's not easy breaking through this matrix, but there is one thing that is going to allow you to break all the way free, and that is the fact that you are not afraid to die. You're here for the mission. Purpose. Real men, real women, powerful people. They're here to build. They're here to create. You need purpose in life. And that's why a lot of humanity has been struggling, because they feel like they don't have purpose. Look at what has happened. Everything, little mom and pop shops closing down, people that took love and put it into their work, into their food, into their cooking, so on and so forth. That has been taken away. The devil has come down with great anger, for he knows his time is short. And he might send a couple of dirtbags to try to stop you on your journey. But none of these people, you have something that they don't have. You have zero fear of death. You know, many ancient masters knew this. Ancient teachings teach us this. But this is something that you can't read in a book. This is something inside your sacred heart. You are not afraid to die because you're the chosen one, son. People are going to think you're weird. People are going to try to stop you because they don't feel comfortable for what your actions are doing to the world. The Rainbow Warriors are here. The Hopi Prophecy. And we are all different colors, classes, and creeds. And I've seen this over the course of time, and I've been sharing this with our brothers and sisters. Anyone that could hear this. See? I think they're cardinals. Red. Interesting. I don't know if the camera picked that up. This is why I got to come outside more. Do you like me when I come outside more? Let us know in the comments. You have abilities inside of you that nobody else has. Embrace these abilities. Embrace that you're here to do things that nobody else can do. We're all different. We're all unique. We're all special. The false light that's out there is terrified of you. There is darkness in this world. But the darkness is not the controllers of the matrix, if you will. Darkness is just a lack of information. There is a different energy theme when people are conscious versus unconscious. Life is a series of choices that we make that determine our content of character. Every choice you make puts you on a timeline. You're creating a timeline with every choice that you make. Every single choice changes for the collective, the reality that we live in. Make the choices without fear of death. Think about that. Think about making life choices without fear, guilt, or shame every single day. Can you imagine that? I know there's people that were hoodwinked into many different things, and you might have made these decisions because it was part of the matrix, because you were gaslit into those decisions. But if you sit back and you really think about it, you have no fear. When you're alone, you hear the word of God. And Nikola Tesla said, "Be alone. That's where ideas are born. No big laboratory is needed in which to think. Originality thrives in seclusion, free from distractions beating down the creative mind. We are the royal family. We have come in wave after wave, year after year. And this year is our destiny. The royal family will rise. You know who you are. You have no fear of death because you are the light of Christ, and you can't touch the light. It's forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, right? Sometimes we just need a little reminder. You can't be bought. You cannot be controlled. You have no fear. of death. You are the chosen one for your family, lineage, and each and every one of us, all of us collectively, are the royal family, and so it is. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. Oh, we're raising our frequency to a plane of existence with a higher vantage point. You've been following along, have you? Once you have that higher vantage point, there is no fear of death. Once you have that higher vantage point, when you see things that you can never unsee, there is no fear of death. And some people are just waking up to this. Sometimes, I know, it's not your first rodeo. You're just meeting up with the family. But this year, there are many people that are gonna crack open for the first time. Let's be ready to greet our family. I'm the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you all. Comment down below. Do you have no fear? Are you uncontrollable? Do you not fit in to societal norms? We're a royal family. If God is for us, who could be against us? Nobody. Be the best there is. It's time to shine, and you know, if you're getting my message right now, if you're here and you made it all the way through to the end, you know that the time is now. Ready? So it's time to go all